Today I want to play some online races in the Discord lobby, but my goat just doesn't have enough acceleration. So I'm thinking we're going to have to go max excel with Para-Biddybud and the Thumper, wherever that is. If you can't tell, I don't use it. But look at that. It's bursting out of the box with acceleration. That's what I love to see. Just to show everyone how important acceleration is in Mario Kart World, I took the max, the minimum, the average, and then the combo most people use, Swoop, R.O.B, and compared all of their accelerations here, and you can see we're all getting to the max speed at very different times. Please keep in mind that they each have different max speeds, so Bowser's max speed is faster than Mario's, then Baby Daisy's, then Swoop's. This is just to show how long it takes to reach that max speed. Today we're going to use peak max acceleration. Can't get any better than this. This is so close to the optimal combo in this game. It's like kind of funny. This combo has 3.8 acceleration as per Mario Kart World Builder. The one that everyone uses, Swoop, R.O.B, is at 3.4. So we're like basically already there with this combo. Because, I mean, if you don't already know, acceleration and mini turbo are some of the most important stats in this game. And that was true for last game. I might say even more true for 8 Deluxe. But speed's not too important. Or I'm not going to say it's not important, but you can easily fix that with some coins, which we're going to try and do. Bowser is the absolute worst acceleration by far, because Bowser kind of sucks in this game, except for some time trials, because you're not getting hit a lot. So thinking I might compare this with a nice little Bowser Excel video after this one. Some spoilers to the future. But first we need to lock in with our goat Para-Biddybud and the Thumper here. There's a couple different combos that can get this type of acceleration. I didn't want to do Swoop. We see enough Swoop every day. All right, we're 19th. I really don't mind that for this track. That's fine. I was going to chain into these double boxes here, but this is also fine, because we'll be able to take the shortcut. Yeah, see, a lot of the people in the front had to go around. Alright, we'll just use this. I would have preferred, like, a mushroom over that, not gonna lie, because that was kind of slow. 14th, not great. But, you know, we're getting accustomed to this combo. It's such a difficult combo with no handling and Excel. We get to test out max Excel on longest track in the game by far. Maybe one of the few tracks. I'll take Bowser over this. I need speed, not acceleration. But we can fix that. Try to get some of these coins here. Yeah, this track, I don't really have much to say here. This is not going to be too big of a showcase, I'm thinking, for acceleration. So I'm just going to try and focus on getting the coins early. And then, you know, there's going to be multiple shocks on this track. So not too concerned with where we are right now. This doesn't really start feeling serious till like the second half of section 4. All right, we're going to go for... I'm sure a lot of you have seen this new shortcut that's here, which is kind of embarrassing that this game's been out for like 6 months and it took people so long to figure this out. This is also my first time ever going for this, so dang. You just like do a charge jump off that and you can drive, but maybe you have to trick. I'll have to look up how to do that. I'll include clips, so if you don't know what I'm talking about. Please don't drop that bomb, bro. Okay, there's no shock here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I guess the dude in last was just waiting to chain. Not surprised. We're in 4th. This is overall, I'd say, pretty happy with where we are. And, you know, I have to thank the GOAT, Para-Biddybud, and his max excel. This might also be one of the smallest combos in the game. Like, using this, maybe Swoop on this combo, on the Tomb Thumper, would be the only smaller one. Because this is really nice. I have a nice clear view of everything. There's my fellow Peepa comrade. I'm sorry I can't join you, bro. I'll spare him, though. I won't hit him with the boomerang, assuming he doesn't try to get sneaky and hit me with this green. Alright, we're still in second, and, you know, I really just can't help myself. I am gonna go for that shortcut, of which I still have not practiced this new method that I was talking about that I need to learn, because I usually do it based on the glider, but I need to figure out how to do it. I threw the... Are you kidding? Well, I get that nice excel boost there. I thought that the boomerang, I threw it back, it would just deal with it. But that red shell was so far away, it wasn't even close. Sorry, Peepa. But I would rather win than let the Peepa beat me, so maybe I'm a fake Peepa fan now. Okay, this looks like we got third lockdown. Let's go. And lap 5 blue shell dodge. It's too easy. 7th overall. Not terrible. We still got 2 more races to lock in. Shy Guy Bazaar here. I have about as clear of a shot as I could get for this nice little upper section here. I blew it. I think I tried to trick too early. There's a couple dips in that sand that you can get the trick off to get the air time you need. Oh, thank God, that King Boo is scaring me with that green. This is a track I would just rather be up at the front, so if I can just get up here, I'm gonna try my hardest. Nice, we're already in second. I'm just gonna shroom through the this little sand turn here. Hopefully get, oh my God, Waluigi. Nice. Please, Reds, what are you doing? It's like, I'm hoping that person just sees I have these mushrooms and is like, surrenders. Yeah, I was like, there's gonna eventually be a blue shell and I'm the only one up here that can dodge it. That actually wasn't a terrible spot for the blue. I got to take a little mushroom shortcut there. Didn't get to have to show off my acceleration after getting blued. I'm thinking I'm just gonna shroom through this dirt patch again, because I don't want to get, like, people will start throwing reds now that there's already been a blue shell. At least I think so. I think that's worth it. Trap that rail so I can get a breakaway, which it looks like it worked, because I'm gonna hope that that spike got hit and then it's maybe able to screw up those other people. No, that's gonna cost me so much, or at least I think it can. Like, I would not be surprised. I was trying to go for the double. Maybe the handling is better than I'm used to. Oh, fire. We should be good. Let's go. I was a little extra quiet that race. I've been trying to focus a little more on the races so we can get some good entertainment. And, but, you know, I think I'm really just going to attribute this to new GOAT, potentially, Para-Biddybud on Tomb Thumper. This max excel, it does feel nice. I haven't gotten hit much, but when you do get hit, it's really nice to be able to just bounce right back. Second overall going into the last race. So basically, if we can just win, we'll win the GP. Whistle Stop Summit here. This is a track that I don't think I'm that good at relative to other people. I really feel like I'm not too bad at it, but I think this track is just really popular. So everyone's really good at it. And unfortunately, what I thought a track that kind of used to be my advantage turned out to maybe not be as good as I was hoping for. But it's a good sign. It just means I need to... I'm not going to make that. It just means I need to practice this track a little more. There's a new strat here. There's like a more consistent way to do this shortcut, and I am not able to do it. So for now, we're just gonna, oh my, didn't get the trick how I needed it. That would have been so great. I actually made the shortcut. But yeah, that way I find it's like I can make it, but I'm a little more inconsistent with it compared to the new way. It's like you go really low on the wall and then you're able to trick on that rail section to like shoot you high up in the air. It's really weird. Yeah, W. There was already a blue, so I'm kind of just risking coming up to the front here. I don't really like this shell though. Oh my god. I couldn't make up my mind. I was trying to get off the, so I thought he would back me. And I was like, well, I have triples, like triple shrooms. I can just go around. What am I fighting this dude for? I should have just... Dang, and I'm not making that either. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's people who are just insane at this game who make that stuff like, you know, 3 for 3 each strat, 9 for 9 total. And I am just unfortunately not at that level. It is what it is though. All right, I'm just gonna go for the rail thing again, because why not? Come on. I'm not gonna do any fancy tricks with this. I think we got 5th still. Yeah, okay, that was, honestly, that was still important, nailing that, because I didn't gain anything, but it stopped me from losing points, and I definitely would have lost a lot. If you look at the mini-map, it's really close, so I'll take it. Depending on where my competition finished, it could be close, but usually people who are good also do well, so wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I think we got 3rd out of that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. These are my first couple races of the day. We're still warming up. All right, same room, GP2. We got some custom item lovers in here though, or I guess some boomerang haters. You can say it either way you want, which I'm not going to complain about. This is all the same items except, God, that draft messed me up. We got all items except boomerang, which is great. I'm just curious to see as more time comes out and we kind of learn more about how it works, how that handling really saved me there. How the custom items interact with the timing of the items. Because once you, even if you remove something as like insignificant as the boomerang, or I guess significant depending on how you're looking at it, it will start changing what items you can get at the certain timings. So I wonder if when you remove the boomerang, if people can get the shock earlier, or how it changes your item distribution in those placements where you normally get the boomerang a lot. But I'm sure there's someone out there who's crunching the numbers right now who will be releasing their dissertation on why custom items without boomerangs are goated, and I'd have to agree with them before even reading it. All right, we're in 6th here. I don't really care about this super horn, but these triple mushrooms are nice. I just want to get through this. I always get so spooked in that whole section, especially whenever you're like near people, because I just don't need to get pelted with 8 billion different items. And we got a swoop in first. How original. I'm just gonna chain this right here. I don't think they'll have anything to dodge it with, but I don't have anything to do. Oh, actually this worked out so well for me. Let's go first. That was a little bit of a risky red there, but I thought the risk was worth it. We're at the end of the race, and I was like, surely there will not be a blue shell. And there actually, in fact, was a blue shell, but I got even luckier with getting the mushroom, so it was meant to be. It was a sign. I'll take it. Well, we'll have some time to sit and reflect and think about our thoughts and be with ourselves for the next 10 minutes here as we go to Toad's factory. But this is perfect. This gives me a little
monologue break. To preface what I was talking about in the last video, which I guess I didn't really make it too clear. If you can't tell, I'm still kind of new to this whole talk and race at the same time, so I'm sorry. I will be making some errors. Hopefully I'll get better as I keep doing it. But what I was talking about with that aggressive versus defensive item play, I was exaggerating both ends of the spectrum completely. I would not recommend anyone to ever legitimately play like that. Like most things, you should do a blend. It's like when most people say, like, should you run or bag? Like, you shouldn't just do one or the other. Like, it's gonna take some experience and like learning how the game works to know, like, I need to do this in this situation, or like, oh, I'm at the front but I keep getting hit, so I'm just gonna bag now. Like, there's no reason to stay up at the front if I'm gonna have terrible items and no coins. Like, just bag at that point. You'll be in a much better position. And so, especially with that aggressive and defensive item thing, like that last video, I think that was kind of a perfect example on that Mario Bros. Circuit race there right at the end. I was in second the whole race. I wasn't playing too aggressive. I wasn't trying to get rid of first place because I hadn't seen a blue shell, and you know, what was the point of getting into first if there hasn't been a blue shell? Like, I'm just gonna be the blue shell meat shield, and then second place will get a first. But I redded him right at the end, right at the item box, because I saw he had no item, and I knew he wouldn't get one in time. And I figured there's 5-10 seconds left of the race. I'll be fine. There won't be a blue shell. And there, in fact, was a blue shell. And I also ended up getting lucky and getting the mushroom. But I think that's a calculated risk. I do think there's a... What's that Cheap Cheap doing? I do think there's a benefit to that. So that's what I'm talking about. You shouldn't do one or the other. You should try and find a blend. And I think in this game, you should be a little more defensive than you are aggressive, which is what I was doing most of the last race. I was pretty defensive, but right at that end point, I struck with my red shell, and it did end up paying off, and it was a risk. I was defenseless, but you would say it paid off. I got first, and you know, if I did end up getting hit and getting like 16th, you'd be like, oh, it didn't pay off. That was so stupid, Karsten. Why would you do that? So, you know, it's all going to come down to, you have to take the risks that you think are worth it, and truly, just you have to play the game more. The more you play it, the better you'll get, and the more you'll be able to start figuring out what risks you think are worth it. And how is that dude in first? I'm just gonna chain all of these. Okay, that star Excel was way too good with my max Excel combo. It's still not too like heartbroken about it. There hasn't been a shock, so I'm just gonna... Oh, even better. If this is a good item, I'll be really happy. Yeah, I'm like, just use this. I should be far enough back to still get a decent item here. Fire. No, that didn't even go for me. He was just doing whatever. Come on, beat the nav. Are you? A lovely head bounce to finish it. That head bounce might have cost me another couple points. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was really quite doable. I guess it's not terrible in a 22-player room, 14th. We're in second overall. Not a great race, but we still got 2 more to figure it out. Airship Fortress here. I decided to change combo to Baby Daisy Cute Scoot. It is the exact same stats as that Toon Thumper Para-Biddybud combo. There's, I believe the standard bike is the other cart in this game that has the same stats. There's 3 of them that do. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna even... Yeah, we get to see that nice Excel right there. I'm not gonna even mushroom. Gotta take advantage of it. All right. 14th. Not exactly a track I love coming back on, but we'll make it do. But yeah, one thing I haven't mentioned at all yet in this video, and one thing I want to keep doing is, in addition to obviously like seeing the point totals and, you know, winning the GPs, because that's like that's what's important when you're playing Mario Kart. Like, that's how you win. I want to also keep track of my placements, because this game is so heavy on the top placements. So like, you could be, I think, playing decently and not get like a ton of points, but you know, you're still getting like averaging 5th places. So I think in addition to every race, I'll include what my average placement is in the video, because I think it will be kind of interesting to see, like, I could have a first and a last, or like 2 5ths, and my placements would be the same, but my point differences would be way off from each other. And I think average placement will show my consistency and growth, I guess, more than just point totals. All right, here we're in 9th. On 7th now. Yeah, just doing the rail strats just catches you up a ton. I was not expecting to be up this far after all the atrocious... Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna boo when I enter this. I'm just gonna do it now. I'm getting too scared. Like, if it happens now, I would save so much time. Just hit me and then I can, yeah. 5th? That's fine. That's fine. That's kind of sad there was no shock there. But I think that was probably the best spot to use the boo throughout that whole spiral, because you're really exposed. If you get hit by like one thing, you can easily get comboed. And then you also just lose a lot of time if you get hit by the shock and you have to take a really wide line. So I'm happy with that. 5th on that race, 3rd overall, 1 race left. I don't know why we got another lovely intermission. I guess someone must have gone to the bathroom, got water, and had a little snack or something. I assume these intermissions are usually just people getting up. I'm like, there's no way people go out of their ways to actively join these lobbies and then proceed for intermissions. But I don't know, maybe there are some D1 trolls out there who just do it for the love of the game. But we'll see if we can capitalize on this intermission, I guess. This is, I think, truly going to come down to a single shock where it's used, or if there is one used. I'm going to try and see if I can just use this star where it's kind of used on the normal track, which is like right after the glider section in that item set. A lot of people used to use shock there. I don't have a ton of skill with these intermissions, so I don't really know where a common spot would be going into the intermission, but we'll find out. All right, we're coming into Bowden Dry Dunes here, or Dry Bones Burnout. I mixed those ones up so much. I'm trying to just get a dodge. I did not think this would be so difficult. Come on, Golden, please just run out. No, I got too greedy trying to get the Golden to run out and then to also get the chain, and instead I got left with nothing. Well, this is really going to be bad if there ends up being a shock after these boxes for me. I just need to... Yes. Yes, I was like, I just need to get a dodge out, which is unfortunate. Those weren't even in the other order, because if those were in the other order, I could begin like top 5. But for how big of a dumpster fire that race was, I really do not think I have any room to complain with 10th. I do that so much. I get a dodge early in the race, and then I'm like, surely I can get another one. And then I surely cannot get another one, and I have just to cycle through my items, and it takes forever. So it was kind of my fault. I should have just kept my star, and I would have been good to go. But 3rd overall for the GP. We got 2/3. Not too bad. I'll take it. We're going to do one more GP. Let's see if we can maybe do better than a 3rd. But these rooms are pretty good, so I can't complain with how I'm doing. New GP. New combo, hopefully no intermissions. But yeah, this is Baby Peach on standard bike, specifically Pro Racer Baby Peach, because, you know, she's in her extra racing mode, so I'm sure it will help. Are you kidding me, bro? I saw the draft. I was trying to get out of the way. That's so sad. This is a track that if you can stay at the front, do so. So I'm staying at the front. I'm just gonna try and, not like there's a ton of shortcuts on this track. I just want to get away from everyone. No, I'm so bad. I didn't get the trick, but I'm sure that Swoop will pass, but that's fine. Oh, they didn't even pass. They're just next to me now. Alright, there's been no blue, so I'm not gonna lie. That does concern me a little bit, but... especially now that there's been a shock and everyone will get a new item set, but... these gold shells. Oh my god, how many gold shells do we need? Is there even... I don't even know of any feather things on this track. Like, is there a... can I take that shortcut with the feather? I don't think so. I'm not gonna find out either. This is something to do in like free roam. Just use that. No. And then I get another feather. Are you kidding me? I guess the game wants me to think long and hard about my decisions. So spamming that feather. Just use this. I just want to get away. No, what? Why? Bro, I didn't even see the green. I guess someone behind me must have thrown the green on that line, but by the time I looked back, it was already hit. It's unfortunate. That's, I think, 4 points down the drain. 3, yes. So, I mean, it's not great, but whatever. Again, that's why I want to keep track of placements more than points, because you can see top 5 get the bulk of the points in this. Let's go. We got my least favorite track. Well, it's not my least favorite track. It's just my worst track. But I have a feeling that this acceleration will greatly help me on this track, because I seem to be a magnet to forgetting hit, which again, to me, I'm like, if I'm getting hit this much consistently on the same track, all that does is it just tells me I'm doing something majorly wrong that I do not know about yet. But we'll figure that out in time. Where was my trick? Where was the trick? I was trying to trick off the post. Unfortunate. Okay, we're in 5th. This isn't terrible. What is up with the feathers, bro? This is ridiculous. I think you can get, in however many players are in this room, you can get boomerang in 5th. So I wonder if this is the next best item the game can give me. Never take that line. I would never recommend it. Don't never take any of these lines, bro. Okay, that is definitely not a strategy or a faster. Especially don't take that one. I would not recommend anyone take that one unless you're trying to dodge a shock. Somehow we're still in 6th. It's like kind of wild to me, but I'm gonna try to get something better. I did. The dude behind me got something even better. I really am not liking this, because there's gonna be a shock. Like, and I'm just gonna be so exposed. So I'm just gonna go for the item. Let's see if I can get anything. Nothing useful. But that was my fault, taking that. Those vines you should not take if you're as vulnerable, I guess, as I am. I didn't have any dodges or anything. I really do just think that track for me, it's just bad decision making and bad item play. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm good at driving it, because it's not true. But like, I think I'm terrible at driving it. But I was making some really questionable decisions, like getting on those vines at the end. Probably should have just taken the shortcut on lap 3 instead of getting the items. I was in 6th place. I wasn't going to get anything good. Kind of fire. We're already in the back. So I'm gonna just go slow, take the shortcut. Are you kidding? I was gonna say, I was like, well, at least I'll have a good eye. Okay, well, I take back everything I was going to say. I'm getting too excited over things that haven't even happened yet. And I'm just too greedy. This is a lovely start. Oh my god, that Pauline first. Okay, we're somehow up to 8th. 6th? Can this be a good item? Oh, amazing. I just... so great. Let's keep this for protection for now. Let's try to actually make this shortcut. I'm gonna fail it. Yeah. I normally do the trick. I'm used to like doing the extra trick on the rail, and then I was like, oh, I'm like overcomplicating stuff, so I'll just like tone it down. And then without the extra speed boost, I was just completely lost, which is like kind of funny. Okay, I'm not gonna go for that. Well, it looks like that Pauline that was originally in first. I wasn't really checking the mini map, but they must have gone cooked, because like it's like Smash Bros. Everyone's here. Like I can see everyone 2 feet in front of me. Oh, should I? Oh, Bowser, please. I was afraid of that. Why are you coming over here? Well, that was that acceleration. I was able to get that charge jump out. Unfortunately, looked like I like bonked into someone on the rail, so I couldn't even stay up. Oh, I was getting way too greedy. Get the item though, at least. Oh, let's go. All right, I think I'm just gonna shortcut around both of these. Like I'll do this, and then I'll be able to get the chain. And then I can use it through here, and we can avoid all these thwomps as well. I just need that gone. I know, like, I had a feeling I was going to get redded for that and get punished, but I did not need to get lag trailed in the sky by that Luigi. I don't know. Like, I don't know how realistic of a concern that was, because we were kind of close. And I think that risk was worth it. Just hoping that I wasn't going to get hit from behind, because if I didn't, probably would have gone like 4th-ish instead of the 7th that I actually got. But overall, that was another dumpster fire of a race. Can't complain. We can still get 3rd reasonably. Final race on such a fire track. I don't know why I like this track so much, but this track is 10 out of 10 to me. Even though I don't always get a 10 out of 10 finish on it, because I feel like it's a kind of little unpredictable at the end with having a massive shortcut on the a second before the finish line is, but that's what makes it so magical, I guess. What can I say? Happened to Big Fish? That Luigi is like, are you kidding? That's so sad. What happened to you? I guess they had a banana? That is so sad. I was like, sitting pretty up here, but I don't know. We'll see if I can get a mushroom here potentially. Or a mushroom here potentially. Did I even get that in second? I did. I'm just gonna take it. There could be another blue shell. I don't know if it's... Are you kidding me? Can I even fall off? That was slower. The blue shell might have actually been on the map as I was talking about the blue shell. Maybe I manifested it. I don't know. Like for all I know, it could have been all my intents that just brought that blue shell out. And why? I still think that these shrooms, I'm not gonna be able to reliably get something better. Well, for where I am now, I probably can't. I should have just kept my mouth shut. That's so sad. That bomb hit someone. I hit the Bowser after the line. Oh, that was so sad. That was so sad. I took both blue shells when I was really hoping there wouldn't be another one. But 24 player, like, it really seems like you can do 12 player races and not get a blue shell. And then on 24, like, I can sometimes see 2 on a race, and I don't really think that's odd. Well, we were really close, though, it looked like. In this, we got, I think that was 6th, 7th. But we were, I just said it, but we were only 2 points away from getting, or 3 points away from getting a solo 4th. So not terrible. Some questionable decisions in these races, so I won't complain. But yeah, I'm going to have to say Max Excel, pretty good. Who needs speed?